Welcome everybody. My name's Jonathan Banyard. I'm Vice President of Sales at Virtuseis, and with me today once again is my colleague and our senior software developer, Dr. Hal Burton.
Hello, I'm not a doctor. I'm
Only
just
in
a
your
pool
mind.
man.
So Hal, what we wanted to do today, this is another episode in our Virtuseis Knowledge Series where we are producing these videos to help people understand the sort of the full capabilities of what you can do in Seisinfo, tips and tricks for the existing users. And this is Seisinfo is our data management and cataloging tool. So what we're going to show you today is how Seisinfo can connect you to your data, whether it is on cloud, on your C drive, on your corporate network, and even physical data. So Hal, would you like to share your screen, please, and
Sure.
show us what that looks like?
Okay. So this panel is I call it everything you wanted to know about your seismic line or seismic 3D. It's got
That's
a
true, right?
multitude of attributes and information linked to it. One of which is the items, which is quite often used to be off-site storage, but now also includes online storage, like located on your network. In fact, this one's on my C drive, which isn't typical. You would usually have network drives there, right? So that everybody could see it. You can do web pages, no problem. And we also host cloud files, and they're directly accessible. So
this panel, Hal, I hate to interrupt you, but this panel shows you every item that's associated with that particular unique sort of seismic entity that you have in the database.
That's correct, yeah. And so you can index anything you want to the seismic line here and have access directly to it. And you can see I've actually got data from the network, and I've got data from a Seisinfo demo bucket and in a Seisinfo HAL bucket at the same time. And I can, of course, view those directly. Oh,
So
and
this is
typically you'd have to put in an MFA, but
right,
the
you've done that
multi-factor
beforehand.
authentication, I've already done it, so it's all.
So this image we're looking at was that this is on cloud.
That's correct. That came off of AWS.
Yeah, well, that fast.
And you know, here's another. This is coming out of a different bucket off of AWS. So, you know, you can have things pretty spaced out, spread out across a lot of different things. I have an example of a line where it has a little bit more. Well, this is not a line; it's a 3D. But you can see here, this has still got physical items. They're in Dead Store. And then we have some stuff in AWS. And we also have some stuff in Azure. And I can go from one to the other without a problem. This one's in AWS, and I can view that or download it or whatever I want to do. And there it is. Or I can go directly to Azure now and pull that off of Azure. So same file, different place.
And true enough. And so we made the decision to be cloud agnostic as we go through this. And I think this is, you know, a perfect solution for companies that are either going through a transition from physical storage to network storage to cloud, where the practical reality of moving your data to the cloud is that at some point you're going to have a hybrid requirement, which means that there's going to be some data on your network and some data in cloud, correct?
Right, correct. Let me go back to that first line again here, just to point out, we do support data that's in Glacier or in Deep Archive on AWS, which reduces the storage costs considerably. So if you have field data and that kind of thing that you don't access very often at all, you can put it in Deep Archive. And I think the cost is like 1/20th of what it costs to store a standard file, which is accessible immediately. If you don't need this data every day or on demand, then you can Deep Archive it, and we have the ability to restore it. So if I wanted to see this stuff, you'll see that it'll come up and gives you the restore
option.
and then you can say, well, I want to restore it for 3 days or 10 days, and I want, you know, to restore it in 12 hours, or if it's, you know, you're going away for the weekend, you can do it in 48 hours and come back and it'll be there on Monday, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, The other thing you can do with this, you know, it's all nice to look at it one line at a time, but that's typically not the way we want to get it. So we do have a process where you can pull up a whole group of them. So if I said I want everything from AWS for a particular line, and say I want that 3D I was looking at, I remember the ID, so I can put it in, and then I can select all those, and you can see I get a whole
line selection
group of lines, and that can be for that could be for an entire line selection. It doesn't have to be one line at a time. It can be for 1,000 lines. You could grab them all and pick and choose which of these you want to download. I'll select them all, and if I want to download them, I can set some criteria here to automatically restore things and
right.
have the tool wait until they're restored and then download them as well.
Yes.
You can set the destination output, and away it goes, and it starts up this tool, and I have to put in an MFA for this tool because it could run a long time depending on how
volumes of data that you're dealing with.
Well, that's right. And is there a restore going on? That could take a while. So
this is just the added levels of security that, you know,
yes.
cloud offers, right? Just amazing. So
there it kicks off, and you can go and work and do different things in Seisinfo and come, you know, it'll run in the background. It's a whole different process. So
right.
It's doing its thing, and it's done.
Wow. Fantastic.
So I've downloaded everything from AWS for that particular 3D. And I mean, those are smaller files, so it took no time at all.
Right.
If I go and look at where I downloaded that to, was this folder, and you can see there's the files. And then here's this, it gives you all the statistics about what was requested and what downloaded.
Right, right. Fascinating. Very good, very good. Okay, well, we'll wrap this up here. I think the key here is that, you know, as most companies will have, you know, a hybrid situation with their data on network and data on cloud, or actually simply getting your data to the cloud. Seisinfo simply connects you to it, and it always used to be, you know, faster, better, cheaper, conventional wisdom that you could pick any two. Now you can have all three.
Yeah, and you can even launch your favorite websites from here.
That's true, actually. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Well, listen. Thanks, Hal, and thank you everybody for watching. And we will do another one of these videos and post it, and there'll be more information at your fingertips. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everybody.